because um, I'm not on time with everything, but bitches worth the wait. I look at your gang in my 40 and I ain't. Marks on his head, now he looking like I ain't. Don't come at the youth, send you back to where you came. I don't want to smooch, bitch, I really want the brain. I just hit a stain, now your bitch wanna claim me. Just open up that pack and it better be stained. Nigga shining like a Mega Man, smoke Mega Man. Don't come at the youth, send you back to where you came. Niggas quick to change. Y'all so Bruce Wayne. If he act mysterious, he get here with my rave. Shining like a Mega Man. Ayy, hey Mercia. Ayy, hey, how Dwayne. Ayy, how you today? Ayy, y'all see how I threw it in there? I threw it in there with the song that I was rapping. I wasn't freestyling. That was the GOAT. Take care. I shine like a Mega Man. I smoke Mega Wayne. I got good and bad news for you. The bad news probably gonna be that you gotta leave, so spare me. Like my favorite song from The Wiz says, don't nobody bring me no bad news. My man doesn't even bring me bad news. So Marcia, keep that info to yourself. Like literally. I don't receive bad news. No bad news, no bad news, no bad news, no bad news. Said, don't you bring me no bad news. You won't bring me no. Said, don't nobody bring me no bad news. But how are y'all today on this lovely Thursday? Your girl has been working. You know, like behind the scenes, your girl has been working. I know I've been like always telling y'all that I'm trying to actually be consistent and push out my Sims. Why? Your girl actually condensed the whole 2 hours to 30. Perfect with the the editing. Then I also got me some sound effects, and then I also got like a thumbnail going. Am I don't know, a producer? All my ducks in a row. I got my thinking cap on. I got my thinking cap on. Make sure y'all liking the live. Appreciate it. Well, what's up, Dwayne? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, bad news is I sprained my shoulder muscle. And good news is I got 2 weeks of school for that. You got all 2 weeks of school for that. Honestly, that's the bad news, is that you're missing school. You thought I would be happy that you're missing school? I'm sad about your shoulder though. But that means you be putting in them games, Mercy. See, honestly, the good and bad news is flipped. The only reason that you could sprain your shoulder is if you slipped on snow. So you weren't even putting in work. You were being clumsy. Okay. And now you're missing school due to clumsiness. I've literally never broken a bone in my body. That's crazy, Mercia. At least you ain't broke it. You sprained it. You sprained it. I hit my head also. Thank God I didn't get a concussion. Thank God is right. Mercia, make sure y'all liking the live. We like first 5 minutes, we gotta get in there. Make sure we liking. Come on. Come on. Y'all know the routine. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Amen. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. What do you mean he's been around since 1889? To be honest, that's not even the craziest thing. Because when it comes to just pure Joker lore in itself, they've always said that he's existed for as long as Gotham existed. The only reason that Gotham is dark is because of the Joker. But 1889 is crazy. And what he been doing since 1889? Terrorizing Gothamites? Ooh. Sorry, I had to get some water, y'all. My mouth was dry. I just found out that Wally West outran Black Fash and broke his ankles. Uh-huh. Honestly, that's what he deserves. Ugly ass death. That's the only justice death should get. Creative Absolute Batman Universe created a picture of Joker when he was a kid juggling skulls at a carnival. Ooh, I need that pic. I needs that. I needs that. And they get me going. I'm sorry. Wally West literally just said, run until you exit time itself and enter a zone where death isn't a thing anymore. So Black Flash couldn't enter that zone and got flamed out. Flashes are always very arrogant. Obviously, you the fastest man in the world, universe actually. I'd be arrogant too. But that's just always so funny. I don't think any of the Flashes are the type to turn down a race because, I'm the Flash. But I think they have that Superman charismatic approach to things. Like you just said, go ahead, let's race. Make sure you're doing all that you can. You know, I want to identify the proper word for it, but they don't use they use their brains to defeat their villains, and they also use their charisma to do so. And it's actually so cute because those are two of my man's favorite characters, Superman and Flash, and it's just like I see him in both of those. So cute. I don't know what country you're from where they use a term when she is crying, she is lying, but maybe it's a euphemism for something else. I'm not sure, sir. I'm not familiar in that territory. I was gonna say category territory. Categoritorism. Hey, now I'm about to fix me some coffee. Marcia, I have been fixing the best coffee this past week. Oh my gosh. Froth level, 100%. I feel like a professional. You can't tell me I'm not a barista. Black Flash isn't a normal Flash. He is an entity. Marcia, are you trying to mansplain Black Flash to me? I know who Black Flash is, sweetie. Did you not just hear me say Superman and Flash are my man's favorite characters? Did this nigga just try to mansplain Black Flash to me? Did a foreigner just try to explain an American-made character to... Oh, okay. I'm just kidding, Marcia. I'm literally just kidding. I love that you were trying to put me up on game and provide me with insight in case I was not informed. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the info for everybody else, I'm joking. I was joking. When I tell you I'm joking, just know I'm joking. Because things can go from ha ha funny to ha ha real quick, Marcia. Don't do it. Black Flash isn't a normal Flash. He's an entity that's somehow part of speed itself. That's why he infinitely fast, and it's mathematical and incalculable. It's so ain't trying to squash no beef. I'm glad you know that ours is pretty tender already. We're already in there. Take me through there. My favorite Flash moment was when Flash was talking to the trickster in the bar. He didn't beat him up. He just talked to him because he knew the trickster was just a sick man. Is that the one from Justice League Unlimited? Or was that in the comic? But I remember something like that happened in Justice League Unlimited too. I think it was also when his villains all came and they were sitting at a bar together. No, I think that was actually the comic where all his villains were sitting at a bar together and they said that they had just robbed Flash. And they were just like, why would you do that? But yes, I love how Superman and Flash approach their villains. They always approach them with empathy and humility. They always understand that they're literally just sick people. It was extra funny because I believe Batman was actually going to get Flash's villain, but Batman was like ready to fuck that nigga up. You already know when it come to Bruce, it's no questions, all aggression. And so Flash just came up, sir, this my boy. This is my parlay. Chill. Go handle yours. Yep, I know exactly what moment you're talking about. And I think that's the same moment where he had to tell Batman, chill. I can deal with my villains. Also, one of the cutest moments in Justice League Unlimited to me, oh my gosh, when Flash was getting honored at the museum, the same museum that his villains was hating on, Batman was the first and main one to say, yeah, I'm coming. I'm showing up. I'm showing up. He showed up for Barry. Bruce showed up for Barry. Like, oh my gosh. I need to get back into my comics. I have so many books I have to read. I literally just had to DNF this one Mermaid Fae book because the theme and the elements of it just kind of started dawning on me. I just couldn't deal with it no more. How's the weather over there? How is the weather, actually? So we had like a week to 2 weeks. Hey, thank you for the gifted. So we had about a week, almost 2 weeks of frigid, chill air. It was probably, I think it was the lowest it got was the 50s. Wasn't super low, but it was temperate. It was moderate. It was cold enough to where I put on gloves. Now, granted, I'm a Texan. Any type of wind that come through here, we find an excuse to put on some Uggs and a Rockaware coat, okay? But it did get pretty low. Now, though, it's 80 degrees. Hence why I'm in my favorite summer dress, you know? Even though it is November 20th. Bro, November got here so quick, y'all. How are y'all feeling about Thanksgiving being next week? Is everybody ready to be fat asses? We ready to be around family? We ready to eat some mac? King, don't get intimidated because we're actually going to be reading later today. 80 where? You cold in Jersey? Damn. I can imagine so. 80 in Texas. Come down here though. There's literally a commercial going on right now from the loveliest grocery store ever. H-E-B, here everything's better, and no store does more than my H-E-B. Let me get that straight. But there's literally a commercial going on right now, and it's like, it's wintertime in Texas. May not be snow on the ground. It's winter time in Texas. We're still gonna eat barbecue anyhow. I swear to God. And they'll be talking about how we'll be making snowmen and snow angels out of hay and doing all those things because down in Texas, we don't get none of that. We get no winter. I dead ass want to go to Chicago in the Midwest and specifically the North just so I can have an actual Christmas, an actual cold Christmas. Y'all want to know where I spent Christmas? Last Christmas? When I was with my family, thank you Jesus, but we were at a beach house. That is how Christmas in Texas gets down. Beach house. Like, hello? It's around 26 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the type of shit that I was trying to find something like funny to say and compare that to. No. Just purely no. I can't do the cold. I do not like the cold. Also because I'm a summer baby. But the thing is though, I like the cold aesthetic. I like the cold rituals that we have to do. I love peppermint bark. I love peppermint hot cocoa. I love having to put the earmuffs on. I love earmuffs and boots, like matching boots, earmuffs, and glove sets. So cute. Oh my gosh. I love, having to do the beanies. My man's favorite franchise is Harry Potter. So that's something. Oh my God. I think I want to start that with him today. It's not cold. That's the thing. He really enjoys Harry Potter and really loves it around Christmas time, but it's not cold. Either way, I think we're gonna start it. But I cannot do. Oh, no. Yes, like I was saying, I like the routine and the rituals that we do when it comes to Christmas and just winter. Period. Even down to watching Harry Potter, watching Santa Claus films. Um, I'm really having to like dive deep into what Christmas things we do because I haven't like had a real Christmas in a while in Texas. Like, oh my gosh. But y'all know, what are the things that y'all do for Christmas? I'm low-key skipping holidays. What y'all do for Thanksgiving? You used to be in Houston, King? Why you left? Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. So I hope this year you get cold and fear for all your presents. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but you threw it away in a garbage bin. You never stayed, you never cared for me. Oh yeah, you was in Houston. Boy said he was locked up in Harris County. Yeah. I'm glad you got out. Shoot. I ain't gonna ask your business as to why. I'm just glad that you got out. Okay. Hey, thanks for the gifted. Hold up, let me go ahead and make this coffee because y'all know I like to be in front of the computer. I'm an Atlanta nigga. You an AT alien? Honestly, I should have picked that up with the name King. Honestly. What's up? Nice to meet a fellow Southerner. I've literally never been to Atlanta yet. My mom and my sister have, though, because my sister's best friend goes to Clark, Atlanta. So, shout out to that HBCU. I graduated from the illustrious Prairie View A&M University, PV, But, I want to travel the whole world, but mainly a goal that I do specifically have is to go to every state in America. I want to go to every state in America, and I specifically want to explore the southern hemisphere. Well, not the southern hemisphere, because I believe that's talking a whole equator at that point. But I want to explore the whole South Coast. Additionally, I guess even the South area that's under the Mason-Dixie line, like where North Carolina and everything is at. Kind of nervous though, because obviously, if you can tell, I'm a black woman, so gotta approach that with a little hesitation, but we're gonna do it. What? Hey, yes, Mr. Carter, thank you for the 100. Thank you. Mercia said, what is Thanksgiving? You trolling? Thank you. You trolling, Mercia? Because, Thanksgiving to me, a time when me and my mom get together and we throw down in that kitchen. We got plenty of turkey, dressing, and not that stuffing that the white folks be eating. We do dressing, seafood dressing. Gotta have the yams with the Coca-Cola glazed honey ham. Lord have mercy. Green. Ooh. I'm getting weak in the knees. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose the control, and something takes over me. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. And yes, Jesus does love me, and he loves y'all too. One thing that should be a sin is when you drive slow in the fast lane. Lord have mercy. You driving, Mercia? You got a car? Or you in a car with somebody else? And no. If that was a sin, I'd be in hell. Sometimes I gotta, turn the music down a little bit and slow down just so I can see where I'm going. Like, shoot, let me get acquainted. Dang. All right. I'm actually not going home for Thanksgiving. Got a lot of work to put in. Damn, Dwayne. You already Hollywood. One semester in college and you not going home for Thanksgiving? That's crazy. That's crazy. Appreciate everybody in here. If y'all would please do me a favor and like the live, I'd love it. Thank you. Marcia, what you eating? What you eating? Last Christmas, I gave you my heart and the protein and carbs. Okay, so duck and bread. Can you be more specific? Protein and carbs. You're eating the food pyramid. Congratulations. But the very next day, you gave it away. I told my mom, she sounded a little upset, but she understands I have to keep practicing. You know your mom went through 9 months of giving you the best love, care, and nurturing that you could ever ask for in your life. Your mom sacrificed her own body. Her own body. Body! To, provide you life. And I do really just think it's crazy that you'd rather spend Thanksgiving with a bunch of niggas on a field and some coaches that probably yell at you. And I'm trying to think of some football lingo. Slap you on the ass and say, good job, all-star. But you don't want to go to Thanksgiving with your mama? How many more Thanksgivings do you think you and your mama gonna have left, Wayne? Like, once we start getting into these young adult times, like come on now. Now, I'm not judging. I am just saying you really need to assess the situation. You really got to think big. You think so, Conscious Cookie Monster? Hey, shout out to you again. Like, you're in that fucking name. But I was raised by I was gonna say by my granny. I have my parents in my life, obviously, but I'm a part of the latter half of the Gen Z that actually had my grandparents in my life. My grandparents were actually 60 plus. They weren't in their 40s. Already felt bad enough. Don't do this to me. Did you feel bad enough? Did you? But I ain't gonna make you feel weird. I ain't here to guilt trip you. I just want you to, really assess the situation. If you heard that your mom sounded disappointed, then one thing mothers are never going to do is want us to not live our lives. So that's the thing. But, one thing we also got to remember is this is their first time living too. She want to have Thanksgiving with her baby, but her baby don't want to have Thanksgiving with her. It's okay though. My baby got his own life. It's fine. I'll just make sure I send my baby a plate though, because I guarantee she not gonna forget about her baby on Thanksgiving. I guarantee she gonna send a plate. So I guess just make sure that you actually talk to her on Thanksgiving, FaceTime, do whatever you can, because that I do understand. We have our own responsibilities and our own dilemmas in life. So do what you gotta do, Dwayne. Do what you gotta do. Hey. Can we get to 10 likes? Can we get to 10 likes? All right. I'm taking entirely too long just to fix some coffee. This is the longest taking me to fix coffee. It's been 30 minutes. All right. First, obviously, I'm going to make me some blueberries and blackberries. Just a nice little bowl. I wouldn't have been able to eat at all. I want to eat because of my diet. So you can't even eat a food. As somebody whose love language is food, that breaks my heart. Lord have mercy. Hey, appreciate it, King. What's up? It's giving attention seeking. Duh, nigga, I'm on live. Who invited this guy? Mr. Obvious. Oh, wait, no, there's a cup right here. I'm only gonna do a little bit because I actually plan to do this blackberry and pomegranate vanilla yogurt, a little mixture, with blueberries later today, and so I don't want to use too much, and then I don't have any for my concoction. Concoction, what's the option? You know, around me, get it poppin'. Okay. Yeah, because also when it comes to coffee, I know it's a little acidic. Look how perfect she is. There was one that was a little bit bigger, but the redness, and I just feel how juicy it is. It's just all compacted in there like it's gonna implode on itself. Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh shit, my bad, y'all. I did not do my pinned message. One, I'm glad y'all are here. Okay. What is that? G L. Thank you. What is GLHF? What is that? Thank you, big boy. Big boy. Got that money coming through. Got them people in my crew. No, we crazy like us. Oh, let me stop. Mississippi is in the building. Crooked, humpback, Mississippi, pride. What's up? Now that you are here, I would like some suggestions on where to come in Mississippi, because I plan, when me and my man start road traveling, I want to hit all of the southern coast. And you know, Mississippi and Alabama are my least anticipated places. Sorry. If you couldn't understand why, big boy, I feel like we speak the same language. So you know, if you could, but I do know there are some black people from Mississippi. I know David Banner is from Mississippi, and Carlos Miller. You know, that's pretty much it. But you know, Madison. Okay, Madison is progressive. They got all types of peoples there. I just spilled hella water. It's progressive. We got black, white, Asian, Latino, gay, straight. They progressive down there in Madison. I had a fling with a woman named Madison in college. That was the most... My mind just goes to disregard it. But I like telling, or I don't know, that was just a crazy venture in life. Like, oh my God. Hey, thank you, King. Everybody go band for band today. Let's go band for band. Now let's go rack for rack. Let's go band for band. Now let's go stack for stack. How you feel about that? Now how you feel about that? Show me you different. Show me your stacks. Okay? I'm never not going to freestyle and make a fool of myself, apparently. And apparently I'm never not going to drink coffee, so let's get to it. Oh, and I forgot to answer King's question earlier. So, King, because I'm sure nobody in here enjoys dark romance or romanticy like myself, and y'all don't want to hear me read about vampires, I thought it would be fun today if we read excerpts from Corinne Steffen's second book. Hold on. It's not the Confessions. because I read Confessions. Confessions was real good. I got Confessions back at the house. This is the second part. The Vixen Diaries. As y'all can see, using the backwoods as my bookmark. I never finished this, which is crazy because now I read like 500-page books within 3 fucking days. But it could be because around this time I started really getting into fantasy and fiction rather than regular biographies and nonfiction, because that's really what my dad got me into book-wise. But, you know, I like all types of reading. I love a good story, period. I love a good story. How tall am I? I'm 5'3". You know you love me. Ooh, 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 ooh. I am the... I don't even know what I was going to say. But yeah, y'all get the gist. You get it. You get it. Are you cold or happy to be on live? I'm going to answer happy. I'm going to answer happy. I never read it. Well, today, that's exactly why I want to read it. Well, that's 2 reasons. One, I don't know if y'all been hearing the news about the literacy crisis we are in as Americans, saying that a lot of people cannot read above a 6th grade level. Now, that is pretty unfortunate because I was reading at a 6th grade level by the time I was in 4th grade, so that is very alarming. But reading is not just about actually taking words from page. It is about also comprehending and being able to critically think about what you're hearing. You thought I was 5'7". 5'7", okay. Thought I had them inches on the bitches. Hey, thought I had them inches on the bitches. Hey, thought I had them inches on the bitches. Why did you think I was 5'7"? My mom's 5'9". My mom's tall, but no. Nah, I'm a little fairy. She was a fairy. But yes, we are in a literacy crisis, you know, right now as Americans. And also, I'm going to ask y'all, when is the last time y'all read a book? Was it school? Was it for work? Then my follow-up question, when is the last time that you read for fun? You have the personality for radio. Thank you. Thank you, darling. I used to actually want to be in journalism, and then my dad told me I would have to do exactly that, talk to people on the radio, and I grew up very, very shy. Very, very shy. So who's going to be talking to people on the radio? Not me. But you see how God works in mysterious ways. Ended up becoming a psychology major. You know, shout out to all my psych majors. But became a psych major. And then ended up transferring schools, went to another HBCU. I went to 2 HBCUs. Some niggas don't even get to go to one. I'm not bragging. I'm blessed. Thank you, Jesus. You play any sports actively? No. I only guess that because you used to play basketball. Understandable, but I think when it comes to women's sports, the height can vary, you know. Our height can vary. But I was a point guard, so my height really didn't matter. And I sucked. So, I used to play sports, though. I'll get into that in a second. But I ended up getting into psychology, obviously. Love psychology. Also with a minor in health. I love abnormal psychology, child psych, cultural psychology. I'm really into the why. Also, when I eventually go back to school after I pay off the student loans, because these niggas is crazy, they're up my ass currently. Once I pay those off, I actually want to go and get my master's in philosophy. I really love questioning things and just the why and the reason. But it's so crazy because, as I was saying, I originally wanted to go to college for journalism and ended up doing psychology out of shyness. But look at where I'm at now. Look at where the good Lord has sent me, talking to you wonderful people. It's just amazing. And so with that, additionally, that is why we're going to read today, y'all, because y'all also didn't answer my question. When is the last time you read a book? Additionally, when is the last time you read a book for fun? So today we are going to be kind of hitting a middle mark. I feel like everybody loves a good story. Period. I'm like, everybody love a good story. Y'all wouldn't be on here if you didn't like a good story. Y'all want to hear me talk. Y'all want to hear me talk about things. Okay. You peep it. You peep it. Hey, I'm so sorry. Y'all have been gifting me and I've just been yapping. Thank you. DLC slapping hoes for the 100. Thank you, Dwayne, for the 100. Thank you, Dwayne, for the 100. Thank you, Juan Marino, for the 200. Okay. And thank you, King, for the floating heart. I appreciate all of the gold loons y'all give me. Thank you. I'm missing a lot of things. My bad, y'all. Oh wait. So to finish this, and I still ain't made my coffee. Y'all distracting me now. Don't make me go get the flag. Don't make me get the flag. Don't make me get the flag. But I feel like this is the perfect one to read on live. One, everybody love a good story. Y'all wouldn't be here if you didn't. Y'all love to talk. Y'all love to be entertained. Two, when it comes to celebrity gossip, you can't get any better celebrity gossip than rather from the horse's mouth or the, oh, I was going to make a joke, but I respect my fellow women, so I'm not going to do that. I have to make it though, because it was an excellent joke, so I'm going to build it up again. When it comes to celebrity gossip, there is no better way to receive it than from the horse's mouth, or rather the horrors. I fucks with Corinne Steffens. I also fucks with sex workers, okay? I used to have an OnlyFans myself, you know? No judgment. No judgment. But moving forward, when it comes to celebrity gossip, you can't get it no better than from the source, and you have a woman that was actively within it. And she's also giving behind the scenes info from other people. And then we also have you know what? I ain't gonna comment on that. I'm not gonna comment on that. Anyways, I feel like a good way to get y'all into, reading again is by us reading a gossiping book. And I feel like this is a good selection. So that's why we've been reading it today. Also, because I wanted to finish it. I remember I ended on when she said that Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold, y'all know Pam and Gina, they don't fuck with her. So, or more so, I think Gina was fucking with her, Tisha Campbell, but then Pam came over to Tashina and told her, nah, bitch, she be fucking on people niggas. Get away. So. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to see everything that y'all said. You were locked up with people who couldn't read their own mail. Damn, you was living that life experience. Well, it's your mama. Your mama said that your Uncle Charles that died, and yeah, before your Uncle Charles, it was your cousin Nettie, and then your sister got the colic, and then it said that your sister recovered from the colic, but then she got sepsis, and then she died slowly. That's the type of life he was living. How old am I? How old do y'all think I am? Honestly, I'm going to make the joke. My age. Oh, well, y'all probably can't even see it. Never mind. Go get the flag. Y'all don't want me to get the flag. Okay. Honestly, they can do what they need to do. Like, I was gonna trip over it at first, but who am I to block somebody's blessing? If that was the only way they were able to contact people to get themselves something, okay. Y'all giving me money. Why I'm gonna take somebody else's opportunity to get money, That just be some bullshit. Okay. Got my coffee going. I hope Mercia is still in here so he can see me do my wonderful frothing. I am so proud of myself. And y'all, I really need to delete, but too much milk. I need to delete some of these news apps off my phone. I think I only have two. I have NBC and then I have KPRC, which is the local Houston news. News is just so anxiety fueling. And it's just so, this is happening. It's in your face. And, you need to get prepared because the world is about to end in 5 seconds. It's just like, oh my God. I seen them begging on 10 different lives for money this year. I'm the fool. So how old are you? Put on my shades and dance a whole lot of ways. I'm naughty by nature like I'm hip-hop-a-ray. I'm dancing my side and wave them to side to side. My feet on the floor, I'm about to turn up now. I'm in the club, high on perks with my shades on. Tatted up mini skirt with my J's on. In the club, high as fuck with my shades on. Tatted up mini skirt with my J's on. J's on my feet. J's on my feet, J's on my feet. So get like me, J's on my feet, J's on my feet, J's on my feet. So get like me. I be in the club, standing on the couch, in the grind, like it's my house. Oh wait, no, I need the lyrics. Cause it's gonna make sense once I get there, but it's like I'm low key like off. I be in the club, standing on the couch, in the wolf grays, like it's my house, drinking out the bottle. I got no respect, looking like a model who just got a check. I back it up, cause I don't give a fuck. If you a lame, that's a shame, you can't hang with us. I'm MC Hammerfly. You can't touch Jay so fly. I should work at Flight Club. Put on my J's and dance a whole lot of ways. I was actually a verse early. Hold up. Oh, it was Wiz Khalifa's verse. So I'm gonna do Wiz Khalifa's verse. I'm in the club, high on perk, with some shades on. Tatted up, mini skirt with my J's on. In the club, high on perk, with some shades on. Tatted up, mini skirt with my J's on. J's on my feet, J's on my feet, J's on my feet. So get like me, J's on my feet, J's on my feet, J's on my feet. So get like me. I be rocking J's or I be rocking Taylors. I got lots of flavors. My kick game is major. More kicks than the players. Call me up, I'm scoring. Hit it like a free throw. Tongue out like I'm Jordan. Smiley, Molly, come swing the thing right by me. Gotta join if you wanna get stoned. Got choppers if they wanna try me. Pro athlete, I'm not no wannabe. Waitress asked how many bottles. I said 24. That's how old I am. Yeah. I did all that to say I'm 24. I didn't even. Did that answer y'all's question though? Are y'all satisfied? Hey, thank you. Welcome the TNT Family Show. Appreciate it. And we got our sub too. Hey, I'm just making coffee, girl. I'm sorry. I'm just not seeing your message. Thank you. That was a long-winded rap that, just it didn't need to be done, but I'm extra. Dwayne said, I just finished reading one of my favorite books ever, Blood Meridian.
what are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving? Welcome TNT family. I was asking people earlier, but they never responded. And I'm somebody that really loves Thanksgiving. It's a time where me, my mom, and my grandma, RIP to my grandma, used to come together in that kitchen and really throw down. But now, it's just me and my mom, and I really like it. It's our time to bond and get close. And food is our love language. So, what you going to do with your fam for Thanksgiving? Blood Meridian is a historical novel by Cormac McCarthy that follows a teenage runaway known as the Kid as he joins the Glanton Gang, a group of ruthless scalp hunters in the 1850s American Southwest. The novel is a brutal and violent subversion of the Western genre, exploring the themes of pervasive violence, the capacity for evil, and the dark side of manifest destiny. It is widely considered a masterpiece of American literature known for its graphic content and philosophical depth. My bad, y'all. I fucks with this. If there was some black characters up in there, I would get that. I want to start reading Western. I think they have a Native American vampire book, and it's kind of like based in the Western genre, Wild West. So I may pick that up, but I need to have some romance in there. I am a romanticy girl. Y'all may not get the vibe because y'all like to say that I'm crazy, but I enjoy love. I enjoy watching why people get together. I enjoy knowing what makes a couple connect. I enjoy really just seeing the beginnings of everything. You'll be praying for my eyes. Thank you. Why specifically my eyes though? Now I'm nervous. And y'all see this? I'm just getting it all up at the top. I'm really trying to froth it. That way when I pour it in there, it's just a heavy cream. If I had a clear glass, y'all could see easier when I put it inside the coffee cup, and it looks so pretty. But it's gonna be fine. Oh yes! I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, this is just so perfect. I'm naughty by nature, like I'm hip hoppery. My hands in the sky, I wave them to side to side. All right, so now we're going to dump it. Maybe y'all can y'all see? Waitress X, how many bottles? I said 23. Ayy. I'm naughty about nature. So ain't nobody gonna tell me what they doing for Thanksgiving? Or maybe it's because I'm saying the wrong thing. I like that song. That's crazy. That's a song by Culture Vulture, but I like it too. It's called 23 by Miley Cyrus, Michael Made It, and Wiz Khalifa. I put on my shades and dance a whole lot of ways. I'm not it by nature like I'm hip hoppery. I'm dancing in the sky, I wave them to side. My feet on the floor, I'm about to turn up now. I'm in the club, high on perk. It's so crazy because I could have sworn this whole time she said that she was in the club high off perks. But she was talking about another drug. In the club, high off perk with some shit. Tatted up mini skirt with my J's on. J's on my feet. J's on my feet. J's on my feet. So get like me. All right, enough of the fooling around. We didn't spend 40 minutes in this goddamn kitchen. Let's go. 50, actually. That's too much. I'm naughty by nature like I'm hip hoppery. My hands in the sky, I wave them to side to side. Now we're at the mini studio. My feet on the floor, I'm about to turn up now. I'm in the club, high birds with some shades on, tatted up mini skirt with my J's on. Thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna let you know something. I mean this with all humility. I don't really prefer to see beautiful comments on my live. I believe beautiful is the worst thing a woman can be. I prefer to be smart. I prefer to be intelligent because sometimes I myself can get wrapped up in beauty. Other people can get wrapped up in beauty, and I prefer to know that y'all like being over here because I'm entertaining, because I'm insightful, and it's a safe space. Not I'm a pretty face, which I know I am. Thank you so much for that. But it's also for you yourself too. You're more than just beautiful. Sometimes I wish my locks weren't as thick so they would lay down a little bit easier. I told you I'm gonna grab a rotisserie chicken because I live alone. Everybody in different states. Oh, damn, King. You can't travel? Traveling isn't an option? You can't go and see your family? Ooh, wee! I'm taking the self-cousin walk and working a 12-hour shift. I know that. I know that's right. But you gotta work a 12-hour shift on Thanksgiving? Damn. You're making me so sad. The holidays are supposed to be spent with family and fun, festive. I don't like that. Alexa doesn't like that. That makes Alexa sad. Did I get your message? Let me see. Let me see what you said, girl. Let me see what you said, girl. Ooh, I want some more James Avery. I also want to start a poll because I believe there's some new movies out, and I want to see which ones y'all are more excited for. I want to see what the general public is feeling. I'm not here by nature like I'm hip hop parade. My hands in the sky, I wave them from side to side. My feet on the floor, I'm about to turn up now. I'm in the club, hopping with some shades on. Turn it up. What's up, Bella? How you doing today? What message were you referring to, TNT? Jazz on my feet. Jazz on my feet. Jazz on my feet. It's towards the top of the chat, sister. That you sub to my channel? Cause appreciate you for sure. Okay. Which new release are you most excited for? Hey, shout out to Brazil. Shout out to my Brazilian brothers and sisters. I heard it's a lot of us down there. Shout out to y'all. I also heard that y'all real flirty. Y'all real flirty. Real touchy-feely. But shout out to Brazil. Brazil. Yeah, man. What would this be? Hunger Games like 4? No. I barely even enjoy doing my man's hair or my hair. I don't like doing hair. I hate doing hair. That's why I got locks. Only to realize I still had to do my hair. I miss when I was bald. Y'all want to see me bald? I'm literally Alexa Luthor for real. No cap. No cap in my rap. Thoughts? And this was like That's sophomore year of high school, so oh Jesus. Damn. I graduated high school 2019. Oh, I'm like having a crack in my face to think about it. Jesus. Um graduated college 2023. High school 2019. Okay. I'm really trying to put this together, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, so that was about 8 years ago. About 8 years ago. A lot can happen in 8 years. I appreciate it, TNT. I love being able to have conversation with real people and we just be chilling, you know? Just chill. Let's chill. Hey, hey. What was the other movie I put on here? I could probably put Wake Up Dead Man, but y'all do that. Oh, wait, no. Duh. Because I'm fucking with that too. I'm not really excited about. Well, I'm excited about. Okay, so out of them 4 movies, which ones are y'all more than excited about? Ain't No Williams in Brazil. Where'd you get Williams from? You get Williams from, King? And it don't gotta be no Williams up in Brazil. That black diaspora is expansive, my love. Hello? And I have this piano here because I'm attempting to learn, even though this is like a piano producer set. This isn't even a real piano, so I don't think this would be the best to learn, but people have learned in crazier ways. That's the one thing I do wish I never stopped. I wish I never stopped being in band. I do miss being able to play the trombone, my instruments. This better not be about children. Bro, where is Eternal Ruin? Or Give Me Our Vicious Descent? Freaking Libby, if y'all, needed to hear some audiobooks for free, so because we're gonna read. Oh my gosh, bro. This weird ass nigga always comes in here every day trying to do the most. Like, block this nigga forever. What's wrong with this weirdo? Come in here just to talk shit. William in Brazil is like a Tyrone in synagogue. You don't need to be a Williams or a Tyrone to be black. That's the point. Brazilians are black. If you see a black Brazilian, they're black. They're just Brazilian. Brazilian would be the nationality. Did I see your message about a William in Brazil? That one. I just feel like I am so funny. Oh, stop. Stop. Guys, really. You don't have to do this. Thank you. Oh. Oh, please, 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 please. Gosh. Y'all are so overzealous today. People don't understand the closer to the equator, the more melanin. Clock it, but you just reminded me, the equator is longitude, right? I'm very bad at geography. That's one thing y'all gonna know about me. I suck at geography. I add to that stereotype very badly. Mm-mm. It's not about the race, it's about the name. Ain't no Lopez in Afghanistan. I know, and that's why I'm asking you, why is it about the name to you? I'm not counting somebody's name, but I smoke woods. Cause I smoke woods. Yeah. But I'm saying I don't give a fuck about no name. If I meet a black woman and her name is Courtney Akai or Courtney Zai, Courtney Zhao, Zhaoling, or Persephone Montegue, but she look like me, you're black. You're a nigga. I don't care about your name. What are you so stuck on names for, King? You and your black ass name. King, stop. Okay, so no, I was wrong. Equator is actually, yeah, it's latitude. The equator is an imaginary line that circles the Earth, dividing it into northern and southern hemispheres. It is located. I was right earlier. I was right early when I was like, oh yeah, I want to discover and I want to explore more of the southern hemisphere. And then I corrected myself because saying specifically the southern hemisphere is saying I want to explore the equator, which I do, but I was specifying that I want to discover more of the south coast in America. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. That's what I love to see. It is located halfway between the North and South poles and marks 0 degrees latitude. The equator is the only line of latitude that is also a great circle, meaning its plane passes through the center of the globe. It stretches about 40,075 kilometers around the planet. Ain't it crazy how everything in the world used to be connected together and then Pangea? It's crazy. Okay. Okay, so now I need to look up the South American map. Another regret I hate that I didn't take seriously in school, because I took band seriously. It's just my band teacher didn't take me seriously, and she wouldn't allow us to play any black songs, and that really stressed me out. But I did not take Spanish seriously because I was just under the impression I only need to learn this so I can get more money. And it's just like, do I need something that badly? Like, I just won't apply for that job. Hello? Speaking of, since we're talking about Brazil, I've been to Belize. Belize had niggas everywhere. I mean, niggas everywhere. It was a beautiful black woman there who was helping me when we were at the retreat. And oh my gosh, she was so beautiful. That skin was just radiant. And then I love Spanish and I love French. Like, it just sounds so sexy. Like, oh my gosh. Chicago got black people in nowhere near the equator. King, when you were in school, how many people were in your class? Because now I'm actually getting concerned. Do you like my messages? And I am trying to get your live stream out there. I do. Thank you, TNT. You building up this $1 billion business. Because I got to pay the student loans somehow, girl. No joke. Child. Why does that gonna make things so complicated? Every country in South America has black people. Yeah. I remember learning about the Maroons when I was in college, and I was just like, what the fuck? There's also an area in Mexico that's called like Little Negro or something. Where are you at? Ooh. It's heavy over there. Whew. Love it. I love when my coffee just tastes like woods. I love when I could just taste. I don't know a lot about coffee because I was going to try to make a joke about the coffee process, but I don't know a lot about coffee. Okay. We're going to get into that later. A blueberry has fallen. I'll get that when I'm done with this. Woo! Woo! Ooh, we man. Swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed up? There's no way you don't know they're making a Zootopia 2. My nigga, the reptiles are in there now. The snakes. I hope I didn't embarrass myself. A snake is a reptile, right? I always get them confused with amphibians. Oh my gosh. But yes, so nobody's excited about Hunger Games or Zootopia 2? That's fucking crazy, y'all. Mexico has a Black History Week / day for descendants of Africa that are still there. Festivals be lit. Thank you, King, for finally talking to me like you got some sense because I was getting real scared. Okay, now we can go back to trolling each other. Okay, thank you. I just had to make sure, that you wasn't ignorant. You can be ignorant, but ignorant is it. Child, that's a whole different story. Okay, definitely a reptile. Thank you. I just, thank you for clearing that up. But yes, so just from the little information I know, they are investigating. I actually don't. What's going on there? I'm having a lot of brain farts. Okay, so let me actually look up the trailer. No, I will not be showing it because who getting copywritten? I said who getting copywritten? Who getting copywritten? I said who getting copywritten? 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 Okay. Now, Zootopia 2. I do know that it involves a snake, and they're also exploring a lot more of the aquatic side of life. And it's involving a lot of animals that deal with water. I remember seeing the hippo in the trailer as well, so it's not just reptiles. But let me watch this again real quick. Let me. Edward Geek, don't hype me up. You know that shit ass. You know that thing is hot sink water. Please. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I gotta watch this. I gotta see. Dr. Fuzby. Greg, we talked about it. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay. They're official partners. They both officially work for the police department. So that's cool. That's very cute. I love that. Mm-hmm. No, I need the international trailer. They over here showing me like bits and pieces from the movie. I don't want that. I want an actual trailer. Bitch giving me a sneak peek. I don't want no teaser. I want the whole thing. I gag. Okay. Okay, yeah. Got the hippos. So our murder suspect in this movie is the snake, like I was saying. Going back to the winter side, or more so the winter wonderland side with all the cold animals. Like I don't know what to call them. Ugly ass beaver. I don't like ugly things. Whole neighborhood. Oh, seals. We got seals. We got hippos. Hippos getting tramp stamps on their booty. Zootopia has a secret reptile population. We got the lizards up in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is very cute. Okay, so I can make sure I'm still interacting with you. Okay, just have to update it. Yes, and still nobody puts in Zootopia 2. Y'all have no whimsy? Oh. You already know we're gonna get another Fast and Furious. That tired ass series. I can't. One thing I've noticed I really do not like when it comes to movies and books and whatnot is when everything is just too plot driven and it's not character driven. We're not really having an actual story. It's kind of just we gotta go. Fast and Furious, I've literally never even seen the first one, so I don't even know how we got here. But I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that franchise. I know Bow Wow was in it. I took a picture in front of his little Hulk car at Universal Studios. I really fucks with that car. But I know it's because I fuck with comics, so nothing more than that. But then I know that it's typically street. I don't know. Let me actually look it up. And Brazil also hosts a pro Confederacy rally every year. Racism is still strong there. I want to be shocked, but I rewatched Fast and Furious 1. It was pretty ass. It was pretty ass? Damn. Okay. Best. Y'all, what the fuck? So I'm on Deadline's page because, I like to know information, whether it's news, movie news, TV news. Why the fuck? They got Ben Shapiro plastered. Best podcast. 2013, 19, 20, 21, 2025. Y'all watching Ben Shapiro? He speaking in facts? I ain't no Deadline fucks with Ben Shapiro like this. Like they hosted the award ceremony or something. Okay. Let me look up Fast and Furious. That's what the money... Look what that money make a bitch do. Oh. Okay. Fast and Furious. I'm just going to look up the story of the first film. I don't know anything about these films. The only ones I can say I've actually seen... I worship Jesus Christ. I don't know what type of wild ass shit is that? Nigga, we're talking about Fast and Furious. I remember seeing the most recent one when they were in Europe, but I saw it on a cruise ship. The one where Cardi B was in it. That's how far gone they are. Cardi B was in one of them. But I remember we were on a cruise, we were on a Carnival cruise. Still the best cruise that we ever taken. As of yet. When we get on them Caribbeans, the Royal Caribbeans, I know that shit gonna be lit. But we were on a cruise ship and they had a movie theater on there, and so they had John Wick already out, as well as Fast and the Furious. If already wanted to buy the tickets, so he went ahead and got those. Got to see it, and I could not tell you what the plot line was. I remember they were in Europe. I think this was also the movie where John Cena gets introduced as well. It's just a lot going on. The last one I watched was Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drifts. The last time you watched Fast and Furious, Bow Wow was relevant. Damn. I really can. Okay, I got one person that voted for Zootopia 2. Thank you. A like-minded, I was gonna say Faye. A like-minded person. You excited for Avatar 3? Who was better, Bow Wow, Luke? Did you just ask me that? Yeah, right, you ain't bumping like I'm bumping. You ain't saying nothing, homie. You ain't fresh as I miss. Yeah, right, you don't keep it thugging like I keep it thugging, little buddy. You ain't fresh as I miss. Who was better, little Bow Wow or Romeo? My nigga, no jokes. Bow Wow can drop some shit today. I'm going to listen to that over anything, Romeo. I think I've listened. This is facts. I've listened to more Bow Wow music than I've ever listened to Romeo's or even watched Romeo's films. That's another thing. He be copying everything Bow Wow do. Bow Wow rap, he gotta rap. Bow Wow act, he gotta act. I have literally watched and listened to more Bow Wow projects than I have of Lil Romeo, and that's always gonna be it. Lil Romeo always gave me inauthentic, like, no, you just trying to be like your daddy, you know? Oh, Romeo, give me, bro, no, like, stop. And that was like his thing. Like, he low-key kind of set himself up because they went into the like, he's the new teeny bopper. He is the popular boy at school, and all the girls want him. Bow Wow, he the bad boy. He the new kid on the block. I don't know if y'all had this experience, but with me being from Houston, when Katrina hit, we had so many NOLA kids coming in, so many people, I'm from New Orleans, all these different things, showing us just they accents and the different things they used to do. Girls teaching me what twerking is. It's just like, oh my God, like, what is this? Presenting you something new. And it's just like you got an edge to you, kind of rough. That is what Lil Bow Wow gave me. He was rough around the edges. Mind you, Lil Bow Wow was around like actual, he one of them people where he the reason, or the people, the way that Bow Wow was introduced into the industry is the literal reason why we're on Diddy and R. Kelly and them's ass right now. He was a 5-year-old child hanging out with Snoop Dogg and Suge Knight. So just off that alone, though, those were men that kind of had their own dealings within themselves, we already know Suge Knight did not play when it came to business. And we also know when it comes to Snoop don't play with that pen. Snoop don't play with that pen. So Bow Wow was actually around actual artists and producers. Not to say Master P not no real artist and producer. Because, make them say, yeah. But let's be fair. Let's be fair. Master P. Yes, but to be fair, Master P got some, he got some hits. I feel like, the most recent verses that he did against Cash Money, Bow Wow was on Dog Pound first. Like, that's the thing. Bow Wow actually had experience, he had references, and he had credentials to bring with him. And then Romeo, he over here. I know a nigga did not just mention Mario at a time like this. What the fuck does Mario got to do with Romeo and Bow Wow? Tell Mario to spit me a fresh 16 right now. When I want to hear some lovely melodies, I'm going to hit up Mario. Don't bring up Mario right now. Well, what the fuck does Mario have to do with a time like this? What the fuck? But, just going back to it, to Mario just finna dance. Mario not finna even do that. When has Mario ever busted an 8 count? Please stop. Like, let's stop, y'all. Come on now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can hear your heart crying out for me. I can hear your heart. Romeo was a better rapper. Both had. This nigga said Romeo was a better rapper. Tell me your favorite Romeo bar right now. I got multiple from Bow Wow. You got the wrong one if you think I ain't going out. Used to be the only girl a nigga would think about. I got a couple girls on call. I'ma bring them out. A Madison City stripper hustler. This what it's all about. I'm in the club doing my two-step. I done put about 8 bars already. I was getting my feet wet. And I ain't even like your style. See, I be here all day trying to count how many girls want about. Ew. I see you on the blogs with your dude and all that, but little do you know you making yourself look wet. Your dude got a problem, better tell him to fall back. I'm going real big and VIP, hear that loud pack. Shit, it's me and Chrissy here, so you know it's real thick in here. Better cuff your girl, cause your bitch in here. Romeo, don't give me that lick, okay? Please. Michael Jackson was a better rapper. Yes, I think we all know that Bow Wow didn't write his shit, because if he did, he'd still be making hits. But this is about who is better, Bow Wow or Lil Romeo. If you wanted to have a competition with who was a better ghostwriter, Master P or Jermaine Dupri, it seems like Jermaine Dupri won. I'm not gonna lie to you. So it would still be Bow Wow. I can say Master P and Romeo crunk up the rap snacks, but when Romeo first came out, them rap snacks salty as a motherfucker. You bite one, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. But you know, I fucks with Master P and what he do. Fun fact, I love Master P's daughter, Symphonique. Y'all probably don't even know. One of my first video on my channel is about Symphonique, Master P's daughter. Shit went crazy. I think it's at 50,000 views right now. Hold up. You got the wrong one if you think I ain't going out. Niggas gonna say Jermaine Dupri wrote that. Jermaine Dupri also wrote Confessions for Usher. But you don't see us saying Usher ain't a legend. Hello? This is my, hold up. My Symphonique video. It is currently at 50,000 views. Yep. That is Master P's daughter. So if you want to ask me about Master P's daughter, I can give a fuck about Romeo. I care about Symphonique Miller. That is one of my goats. Overall, Bow Wow had a better career. You funny. For sure. For sure. Michael said the kid is not my son. Yes, we know Michael. In his horror ways. To be fair, I think they wrote Bow Wow music. Golden, I think we know that. Because if Bow Wow could write his, he would still be doing so. It's fine. The question is, or was, who was better, Lil Bow Wow or Lil Romeo? Them two people don't even exist no more. These are grown men with children, okay? So, whoever wrote for them 20 years ago, okay? My mom used to wipe my ass. Because we're talking about the now. I'm just kidding. Bow Wow fell off when they caught him lying. Claimed he was on his private jet, but a fan showed him capping. Yep, that Bow Wow challenge was crazy. I don't know. He kind of low-key started falling off before that, but I think people no longer saw him as a credible person and saw him as somebody who had an actual celebrity status when that came out. But I do think, he was still respected up until that point. I can't remember if that was before or after he started to host 106 & Park. That was another thing, too. I also know him as Mr. 106. I got the opportunity to see him actually be a host of 106 & Park. And that's another thing. Bow Wow is a really good career man. He know how to put that business suit on, too. That's another thing. Romeo doing reality TV. Not to say, Bow Wow wasn't doing it, but it's just anyways, I don't know if that was before or after when he got the 106 & Park job, but I say up until that point, even when he was hosting 106 & Park, he still had credibility and people still looked at him like a star. This is Bow Wow. This is somebody who we grew up on and all this. So I do really feel like until he did that, yeah. Oh, and then that one Vine, y'all remember that one Vine? Oh my God, y'all. It's a whole school on a field trip behind me. They don't know it's me. They don't know it's me. I said ICDC. I said ICDC college. I said ICDC. I said ICDC college. I'm so ICDC. I'm so ICDC college. College. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold up. That is a hit. I ain't gonna lie. That's the one hit Romeo got. That's the one hit Romeo got. I almost forgot about that shit, bro. Oh, my God. When I was younger, I didn't even know Bow Wow was a rapper. I just thought he was a host on 106. Damn, Dwayne, you young as fuck. I always knew Bow Wow was a rapper. Always. That's crazy. So, what was your first song you heard by him? Like, what were your thoughts when you found out, Mr. 106 could also spit? Why's my hair doing that? Like Bow Wow had a career, bro. Like that. Icon. I don't care. I actually would buy tickets to a Bow Wow concert. 2007? My sister's older than you. What the fuck? My little sister is older than you. What the fuck? That's crazy. Oh my God, Dwayne. He couldn't sell no album, so he might as well make money hosting. It was similar to having a podcast. No, you could try to make that comparison. But I would say being on a nationally syndicated show versus starting up your own podcast, personally, is a very vast difference. That is not the same. That's not the same. I get what you're saying, but no. Because 106 & Park was a very, very big show. Saying that 106 & Park is the equivalent to Kirk Franklin's Den of Kings podcast, absolutely not. No. Because people do podcasts kind of after their career has died. And I get what you're saying. He went there when his career was falling off, but it saved him. So it's like, no, podcast is like where you go when you literally have nothing else. Like, you can't get no hosting jobs. Don't nobody want you to interview nobody on the red carpet. Don't nobody want you to, this nigga even got do-rags. Like, Bow Wow is still somebody who is sellable. He is still a marketable act. So no, I do not agree with that. That 106 & Park was on podcast. 106 & Park was nowhere near no podcast level. I would not allow 106 & Park disrespect to happen either. Oh my. Let me hold you. You signed up for ICDC college? Did you get accepted? How was them loans? I'm a freshman in college. How old do you think I was? I really didn't put that to... you can be 40 years old and be a freshman in college. When I was a freshman in college, there was a 50-year-old man in my government class, so... College is... no bounds. It's people that are 15 years old and they're freshmen in college. This is college we talking about. Bow Wow was liked as a kid, but as he got older, he became irrelevant. Damn, I forgot about them do-rags. I'm old as fuck. He'd be selling the fuck out them do-rags too. Shoot. If they were beneficial to me, I'd grab one. Shoot. I love a good little head wrap. I actually got something that should be arriving today. Oh my God. Look at my hair is acting weird. Speaking of, was Bow Wow mentioned in this book? I gotta think if Kareem mentioned Bow Wow. Anybody can host a show, but everybody can't rap. Never knew who bought his album. Anybody can host a show, King? Anybody? That's very interesting. So you think you could keep people entertained for 91 minutes and 45 seconds nonstop? You think you could do that? Because I'm going to challenge you. For the next 5 minutes, I want you to keep this whole chat engaged. Because that's the one thing we can't ever do when it comes to anybody's job position, saying anybody can do it. If anybody could do it, everybody would be doing it. Literally. That's from somebody who was a garbage man to the fucking president. Like, no, they not just giving host, but like, nigga, can't nobody just host a show. Literally, what I just did, this is live as well. You cannot cuss. You have to be relatable. You have to be consistent. You cannot stop. Like, if you mess up a word, you have to keep going. You have to be witty. Not anybody can just host a show. That's like saying just anybody can be in the NBA. If anybody could do it, everybody could. They would comment on a song and then play the next song. You don't remember them interviewing people, crowd engagement, having to literally tell people to vote at home? I'm not gonna lie, King. I'm not responding to you no more. This is like your second ignorant thing you've said today. No, I'm done. I'm done talking to you. Steve Harvey went Kings of Comedy in a few TV shows before Family Feud. That is a fact. Did we ever figure out why he lost those hosting positions? Because he had Family Feud. He had like that show where it was like the extra talented kids. He had the Steve Harvey show. Like, it's a lot of things you got to do to be seen as a credible person in front of America. America. Who wants to come to America? That nigga R. Kelly was trifling for that. Who wants to come to America? America. I don't think that was real. What was real? The Steve Harvey show still on? Really? Let me see. No, the Steve Harvey show was over. It said it actually ended in 2017. So it actually ended before I thought it did. Unless, does he have a new show? The official Steve Harvey? The Steve Harvey Morning Oh, so he got him a podcast show now. Oh. King, there you go. After all that, he done had his TV shows, his own comedy special. He done been on Kings of Comedy tours. He done stole Bernie Mac's whole persona. Hosted Family Feud. And then he had to start his podcast. It's so crazy, King, that he didn't start a podcast before hosting Family Feud or hosting that kid's show or having his own show, you know. He hosted an actual show, not a podcast, a show. Of course, they got reruns. It's still on, but I'm pretty sure it's reruns. He was on, yeah, kind of like a Wendy Williams situation. They cut Bow Wow tour short because nobody was buying tickets. They were actually losing money. You are a hoe, King. Because for you to identify that as Bow Wow's tour when you know good and damn well that was the Millennium Tour, where it had Mario and B2K and all them niggas on there, but you want to identify that as Bow Wow's tour? I see what type of nigga you is. I see you clear as day. Shout out Bernie Mac. Beat him to the White Beach show. Clear. What was that? What was that? Fucking love Bernie Mac. America. When I think of R. Kelly, I think of Boondocks. I love Boondocks so much, bro. King Trump, like, I'm done. And he, especially because I went against my own rule. I said I wasn't going to talk to him no more. King, fuck you. You still watching Golden? Honestly, I relate because I still be watching Wendy Williams show clips. So, like, TV don't hit like it used to. Okay, you really got to find the classics and lock them down. Sorry, y'all. I thought I heard some. They always cancel the good shows. Boondocks needs to come back. I agree. But with the actors and the writers themselves saying they don't have the same passion for it because they feel like they just wouldn't be able to be as free. I wouldn't want them to come back if they couldn't come back authentically, but I would. I would really love to see the satirical takes on things that they have. Like, oh my gosh, I would love to see what they had to say about the Diddy situation. I would love to see them talk about female rap because y'all know that was a big thing when Boondocks was first out. Was it was talking always about hip hop culture? I would love for them to talk about female rap now and just how big that's gotten and just the messiness within that. Boondocks get people in trouble. Maybe people shouldn't be doing things that Boondocks can talk about then. I think King used to be a Romeo stan because he the only one that's really going hard for Romeo like this. I have never met a little Romeo fan in my life. Mind y'all, I was a Chris Brown fan when I was younger. I was one of them bitches. So this is really perplexing to find a Romeo fan. Like, oh my God. Boondocks for sure got people in trouble. What's your favorite Boondocks episodes? I know mine for sure is the one where they mimicked Corinne's book and they was talking about that one gay rapper. My other favorite one is the fucking Uncle Ruckus's backstory. Oh my gosh, that shit is so hilarious. Any Thugnificent episode I fucking love. I love Thugnificent episodes. The Usher episode. The episode where they make fun of the Kardashians. It's so many. I've rewatched Boondocks so many times, so I can't even believe I can't name them off top. The ones that y'all will be surprised I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't really like the Stink Meaner episodes. I do not really like the Stink Meaner episodes. The Tyler Perry one. That is up there. That's up there. That's up there. That's up there. That and I felt so bad for that nigga Robert. Like, really imagine you go your whole life not really knowing what your passion and your purpose is, and then, you know, somebody kind of pick you up, and it's like, no, I see this. I see that you could be a good actor. Something you never identified in yourself. You put your all, you give your all, you do the most. And then, you know, the director calls you in. It's like, you know, you my star. I've been, seeing you. I'm the one that told you. I see this in you. Oh, okay. Oh, also, I'm gonna be Robert for Halloween next year. Like, I love Robert, bro. Robert Freeman is so fucking funny. Oh my gosh. But then you go up in that room, and the producers, saying all these things. It's just like, I don't know what you mean. And that nigga, he turned off that nice switch. I want some booty. Speaking of booty, the Booty Warrior episode. We can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way. The choice is yours. Oh my gosh. The no snitching episode when Riley gets granddad's car stolen, or he really ain't getting stolen, but the white boys that's voiced by Samuel L. Jackson and Charlie Murphy. Anytime the niggas is on the screen, bro, please. Please, 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 please. When they beat up Santa. The Boondocks is too funny. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. The episode where Robert starts messing with that young woman. He messing with that little hot tail. And an episode where he trusts Siri with too much of his life. No, Boondocks is go to, bro. I need that on physical. I have it on physical. It's on my flash drive, but I want physical. I want DVD. Okay. Food. I hope you sub so I can see you next time. Damn. Romeo was really for the little kids. Honestly. And that's how I know you liked Romeo, King. That's the only thing you was allowed to listen to. Your mommy wouldn't let you hear bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay where my dog's at. The Tyler Perry one probably got them canceled for sure. I could see that considering he literally called Cartoon Network to get the shit taken down. We'll call WB to get the shit taken down. I can see that, but yeah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna agree with that. Cause you can't tell me black people in America just stopped watching Boondocks after season 2. And I remember hearing and reading that was one of the reasons why they stopped was because I think it was the viewership had changed or the story had changed around season 2 and they just, weren't as passionate about it anymore. But I don't believe that. I don't believe black folks stopped watching the Boondocks after season 2 and that affected the viewership. I for sure believe, Tyler Perry, said some things and then maybe just like with Cardi B and fucking Trump. Somebody uses their freedom of speech for what they want to do, their First Amendment right, but because it affects you and your ego, now other people, well, he got to sue him, so why can't I sue him? You know what? Let's just close the whole company because niggas ain't finna be coming to jump me. Fuck, boy. AJ and Free had 106 and Park on lock. They didn't need Bow Wow extra 2 cents. Isn't AJ a sexual predator? It don't seem like he got nothing on lock to me. They need to lock him up. Talking about some AJ and Free. Nigga, that's not who I grew up on. I could give a fuck. I grew up on Roxy and Terrence J. And neither of them have disappointed me going forth. Talking about some AJ and Free. Nigga, please. The craziest part was all that shit was damn near real. That's the extra thing too. And that's what makes satire just, it's like one of those, it's really dark humor. But when a nigga is showing us that Robert Kelly is on the court, he's in the courtroom dancing, and all these women, just don't care. Just keep making good music, and you can just touch whoever you like. Fucking crazy. All I can think about is, how is a nigga gonna borrow a French fry? Can a nigga borrow a pencil? Is a nigga gonna give it back? The S word. Goated. I think they knew the show was over, so they let it run. Yeah, I can see that too, where you kind of, as a creative, you stretch your mind to a certain point for your story. You birthed out your baby, you want your baby to do these things. Your baby does these things, and now people want more from your baby. And it's just like, that wasn't what I was really trying to do. But I do remember Aaron Magruder saying they kind of just did whatever in the last 2 seasons. But that's the crazy thing, because I think the last 2 seasons, like, they hold up really well. There are some episodes that are a little shaky. You can tell it wasn't as authentic. I think the episode where we go back in time and we're discussing Robert's family and like how he had a family member who was a coon or something. That one was kind of but I think they're still digestible. Soulja Boy made more money off one song than Bow Wow's whole career. Does that sound right to you? Like, I already gave it a response, but I'm not going to dignify it with a more thought out response. Like, I don't care. All this because somebody came in here and asked us a good question. Who was better, Lil Bow Wow or Romeo? We all agree Lil Bow Wow was better, had a better career, better bars, better roles, and a nigga bring up Soulja Boy, another alleged sexual predator. What does that have to do with the price of coffee in Texas? Soulja Boy was not in the contender. It was Bow Wow or Lil Romeo. Again, I see the type of nigga you is, King. You like to move the goalpost. I see the type of nigga you is. The conversation is done. We have officially ended the conversation on Bow Wow and Lil Romeo. Bow Wow was goated. He beats Lil Romeo by far. End of discussion. I think that you should let it burn. Also, if y'all could, make sure y'all like the live. 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 I think I'm feeling frisky. I'm going to do a gift goal. I'm going to do a gift goal. I'm going to do a gift goal. Sorry. That was unnecessary. I don't know. What should be the prize if we hit the gift goal? If we hit the gift goal, we'll listen to a Lil Romeo song. For King. If we hit the gift goal, Drake or Chris Brown, Chris Brown. Younger me would literally spit at your shoes for even asking me questions like that. No. And even to this day, I'm picking Chris Brown. Though he's had a lot of bad situations and instances, he at least has never been accused of liking children. So I think that you should let it burn. Let it go. So let it burn. Let it burn. Gotta let it burn. What's that? This page got a lot going on. Chris Brown beats Wayne, but black women don't care because he's successful. That's why I had to get off of him. And it's so crazy because Bianca Belair signs with CAA. Hold up, girl, let me see. It's so crazy because somebody had made a comment and said that Chris Brown music only sounds good to single women who need a good fuck. And it was crazy because I stopped being a fan of him around the time me and my man started dating. So, but no, everybody listen to whoever they want to listen to. No judgment. They're, listen to what they want to listen to, literally. But I'm one of them people when they start complaining about going to the clubs and he's not welcoming them in the sections. It's like, hello. Bianca Belair has signed with a company, y'all. The professional wrestler known outside the ring as Bianca Belair Crawford has been with the promotion since 2016, beginning with WWE's developmental brand NXT and quickly establishing herself as one of its top competitors. Since being drafted to SmackDown, she won the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match and went on to win the main event of WrestleMania 37, where she defeated Sasha Banks to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was one for the history books, marking the first time two black women headlined the WWE flagship event. The match also earned Belair the EPSI Award for Best WWE Moment. Girl, Belair holds a record for her 420-day reign as Raw Women's Champion, which is the longest in title's history. Outside of the WWE main events, Belair has also appeared on several unscripted series, including Netflix's WWE Unreal and Hulu's Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez, alongside her husband and fellow WWE wrestler Montez Ford. She also appeared in season 1 Peacock's scripted series Bel Air. Of course. Her social media has since 26. Can I not read today? Mind you, I'm supposed to be reading this. Her social media has seen 26% growth in the past year, and she now reaches more than 6 million followers across platforms. So what you gonna do with this? Fuji, you know good and damn well wrestling is scripted. Don't do this. And I'm one of the people that don't give a fuck. You know what else is scripted? DC movies, Marvel movies, and I'ma still watch them bitches. You mean to tell me I get to see people scriptly beat each other up? And, oh, there's a woman. I don't think she no taller than me. Bianca is lifting up other women. I even seen her lift a 300-pound man in the air and held him there. You can't script that shit. Now, we can script the fight. We can script the build-up. Okay? But I can't script me holding this heavy-ass nigga in the air. I fucks with the WWE. It's real. I don't care. Blue pill all day. Okay, so you was on my... Okay, so I'm with you, Fuji. Fuck they mean unscripted series. I'm with you, Fuji. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. Personally, I like James Brown. James Brown was Chris Brown, but dark skin. You know? Trying to be. Trying to be. There'll never be. Oh my gosh, y'all. So at my college apartments, the fucking water heater burst. This is what my sister sent me. These are the apartments I used to stay in. But when I tell you, they ruined. Soiled it. That shit is fucked. Luckily, my sister lives off campus where I lived my last year of college. So she's good. But damn, I feel bad for them cheering. Just Lord have mercy. There'll never be. Never be. Y'all know something I always questioned? Are you talking about EST? I was. It said that she just signed a deal with CAA for representation. I'm not sure who CAA is, but let's see real quick. Hold on. They boost brand management. Okay, so it's a brand agency. So we should hopefully... Hold up, because they got a lot of major hitters over here. I guess this is more important than what I deem it as. Hold on. Creative Artist Agency. That is CAA. They got a little fancy website too. Hold up. Okay. About. Creative Artist Agency. Positioned at the nexus of talent, content, brands, technology, sports, and live events, CAA creates limitless opportunities for the storytellers, trendsetters, icons, and thought leaders who shape popular culture. Across film, television, music, sports, brands, the creator economy, and beyond, we represent thousands of the world's leading actors, directors, writers, producers, musical artists, comedians, authors, athletes, coaches, broadcasters, teams, leagues, digital creators, designers, fashion, talent, consumer, brands, and more. In service of them, we are committed to remaining the strongest, most vibrant, and most innovative service company in the world. Since our founding in 1975, CAA has continued to deliver on its promise that every client is represented by the whole agency. This collaborative approach benefits our clients now more than ever as they look to build their careers and their brands across multiple disciplines and platforms. Okay. So agency. So hopefully we start seeing Bianca more places. I fucks with Bianca. I want her to be in more acting positions and acting roles. I love the EST. Y'all know who else I fucks with? Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill. Okay. So that's who else I want to hear some good news about. Especially since they finally stopped her beef with Naomi. Like they did that shit. Like I was so sick of that. I was so sick of that. I'm waiting for Avatar Fire and Ash and GTA 6. Okay. Okay. I'm waiting for GTA 2, but I ain't holding my breath. I'm a simmer, so I don't have to wait to play a simulated game. They not finna be stressing me out waiting for that shit. Man, don't be like that. It's gonna come out. You just gotta give them time. It takes time to give good content. I've been watching more women wrestling than the men lately. They just seem more interesting right now. Because women have always been more interesting than men. Duh. Duh. Why else are y'all watching me? You're not watching a man, ain't it? I'm just kidding. I love men. I love men. Shout out my father and my man. My heart. And my cousin baby Jaden. He's so cute. Amazon shit. Y'all know they said Amazon gonna start selling used Ford cars. I've also personally watched women's wrestling more. I love it. Support women. And then honestly, what me and my man also noticed, because women were put on the back end for so long, now that we're in the front, we're in the forefront of everything, everybody can see us with their own eyes and everything. It's new stories because we have to give people a reason to look at women because people are misogynistic and sexist, but also because this is the first time a lot of women are being put in front of the camera. Like they said, Bianca and Sasha were the first Black women put in the women's championship position and whatnot. And so when you're doing things like that, you have an opportunity. Mercy, you told me you was going to get some dinner, and I ain't seen your ass since. But it's fine. You wouldn't even understood this conversation. It was Black people having Black folk conversations. So it's fine. It's fine. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yes, with women still having to prove ourselves, there is so much more entertainment because we have to do times 1,000 to keep eyes on us. And so, like, if you're watching men's wrestling, we've seen men's wrestling. We've seen that multiple times. We know how that gets down. Just off recency effect and dragged out old tired things. Men not tired, but men's wrestling, we've seen that. Like it's existed since, I don't want to say the dawn of time, but for the sake of my joke, since the dawn of time. Yes, watching women wrestle is more entertaining because you technically haven't seen everything that you can see. Even if they're doing the same moves as the men. It's different when it's a woman doing it though. And it's just like, I don't know, like, I'm a woman, obviously. I just purely like seeing women on top of each other like that. Like, I don't mind seeing, I guess, the men do it too, but it's just like, with the women, I don't get as uncomfortable as quickly. Like, with the men, it just, it's just like, okay. But with the women, it's like the hitting and the tripping and the flipping and the holding. Remember China came out with that tape. If you talking about a sex tape, I don't know China to have done that. I know China is being almost, I don't know China like that. I know China for being in that ring. shoot. I also. Oh, you watch From? My dad used to watch that. I could not get into it. I could not. But I've seen it. It started to gain a fan base. So maybe it got that old school 2000s vibe where it got to build up. That is something that people noticed. They said nowadays they never allow a show to be more than just bad. Like it'll start, people don't really like it, and then critics will like just cut it off. They don't allow a show to build up anymore. Like if The Office would have ended when critics wanted it to by season 1, oh, we would never get the funny shit of Michael saying, "Where are the turtles?" You know? What? From? Good as fuck. You should give it a try. Oh, I gave it a try. Not my cup of tea though, but I'm glad it got your level of sweetness. Okay, it's good for you. Karma was my favorite. I don't think I've seen Karma. Hold on. She's a brick house, and she mighty. Awesome Kong. I ain't never seen her. She's a brick house. Also, isn't Vince McMahon still over the WWE? But I was gonna say that. I think Vince McMahon a little. So when it came to men's wrestling was very heteroerotic after a while, and I think that's why I went with I don't want to see the men wrestling, because it's like it goes from wrestling to like this is foreplay and we finna watch them fuck or something. Like it's a lot. What's up, D Nice? I ain't seen you in a minute. She's a brick. I think he did. Is that why we have so many Netflix WWE things? I'm telling you, watch a men's 1v1 wrestling. Tell me that don't look like somebody is 5 seconds from pouring some hot wax on the leg. Did the WWE get sold? Damn, it was sold in 2023 for $9.3 billion fucking dollars. This merger created a new publicly traded company called TKO Group Holdings, which combines WWE and UFC under a single entity. Vince McMahon, who had been controlling the shareholder for 70 years, stepped back. Vince McMahon is over 70 years old? I just learned too. Vince McMahon is over 70 years old. Whoa. 1. 2. WWE and UFC are sisters now? The Rock was overrated. Shut up, bitch. I'm sorry, that's the only thing I've literally ever seen The Rock do WWE wise. I've never seen any of his matches. But that right there, that's my shit right there. Shut up, bitch. Yeah, oh yeah, I gotta get a full base. I actually got to see John Cena wrestle in person. You can't see me for sure though. I fucks with John Cena. But let me hit my thing. Shut up, bitch. It eats. It makes sense. Look at how many UFC fighters have been in the WWE. I feel like we should rephrase it to look how many WWE wrestlers transitioned to the UFC. Because I remember, and vice versa. Because Ronda Rousey came from the UFC, got her ass towing the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames. Came to the WWE and she pulled that The Rock shit. She ain't ever want to lose no matches or nothing. Bitch, go with the storyline. You gonna piss me off. We literally have to build up your character. So yeah. I agree with you, Dwayne. They was already treating it like a matter of exchange already. Honestly, I don't like none of the Rock movies. None? Not even the game plan? Come on now, you can't be that big of a hater. I love the game plan. You know, now granted, I can understand if you don't fuck with the game plan because you ain't got no daddy. You know, I know that's a lot of people's reality. They don't like happy-go-lucky movies because it's about a father and a daughter. I'm sorry, I had a dad. Crazy. Remember when CM Punk left for a little bit? He was tracking the UFC and then came back to the WWE. I'm actually not familiar with the men side of the WE as much, like knowing the details outside of the big names like The Rock, John Cena, Undertaker. I'm not sure who CM Punk is. I also know that one black man, the Jamaican man. I know Mark Henry. Mark Henry is who put Bianca on. Fuck with him. So I'm saying when his CM Punk was garbage as a UFC fighter, I was just, who is that? I think he may have been the one that my man said came out and told people that he was God, and that's why he failed. Mark Henry's gonna beat up Michael Jordan. For what? What? No, I gotta fact check that. You're not gonna just say that messy shit. No, he really hasn't. Let me see. Hold up, it's a Vlad interview. I'm gonna just speed this up a little bit. Playback speed. I'm gonna do 1.25. I had to switch sports during that time. I went from powerlifting to Olympic weightlifting, which is completely different. It's a more athletic and a more technical sport. A lot of technique and keeping the bar close to the body to be really explosive and fast. And you have to be flexible to get into positions to catch it. And it took me 9 months of training for this brand new sport that I've never done before to qualify for the national team that gets invited to the live Olympic training facility. And 11 months later, I came in 10th place at the Olympic Games after now less than a year being in the sport. Okay, takes a big shock of his cigar, and I knew right away from. Hold up, I'm gonna just go to the Michael Jordan side. You ran into Michael Jordan. Got to meet the great Michael Jordan. Didn't go too well. Not at first. The story goes, my class, who are you? I didn't fit in. I know I was in an environment where it was all basketball players. And he was like, who is this big guy? And I understand that. But my mother used to say, be careful what you say, but even be more careful of how you say it. And the way that he said it to me was very disrespectful. I thought, and I checked him about it, and he apologized. Hell, he invited me to his birthday party at the All-Star game. And I went to his birthday party. Said happy birthday and thanks for the invite. And had a good time and took my ass on. Okay. Understandable. Who this big motherfucker? Excuse me, bitch? Yeah, understandable. He was the guy on the WWE. Since I'm 40 years old, I don't get messy. Just chatting. And when you chat, you don't get messy. Come on now. Don't be opposed to saying that you be messy. Kofi Kingston. Yes, that's his name. Kofi Kingston. Oh my gosh. I said I was going to read and I have not read to y'all yet. That girl's a liar. That girl's a liar. Mm. I know Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, he got that blonde hair. He got them tattoos. Roman Reigns got that hair. And he like buff. The bitches be lusting over Roman Reigns. I know Cody Rhodes, because I believe him and Bianca had did like some skits together. So I know him. A little detail. I said I was gonna read y'all, and I literally have not read. And how long have we been on here? Well, let me check this poll. I cannot believe this. 47% of y'all are more excited about Avatar than Wicked, Hunger Games, and Zootopia. Hunger Games, I can understand. I never liked the Hunger Games originally. That's fine. But Zootopia? The animals? I could even slightly understand Wicked, because, like, we are in a franchise, everybody want to make their own universe type world nowadays. And the fact that y'all are only going to do, Wicked 1 and 2, and there's no insight and no future to, I don't know, y'all remaking the Wizard of Oz or just doing something like, I guess also because, like, people gotta know how the story goes at this point, so maybe that's why I'm not as appealed, because I know that, like, at this point, this is when we get into all the mess. The evil witch is not really evil. Glinda's technically kind of the evil one. The wizard really sent the one, we already know the wizard ain't who he is, but this is like the backstory of finding out the wizard of why he is. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. The wizard sends Dorothy, Toto, the lion, the Tin Man, all on this venture to go and get the Wicked Witch. And we know that on Dorothy's side, this is the whole travel for her, and she's like out of Kansas and all these different things, and she's kind of just been thrown into a Mission Impossible scenario. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I could really give a fuck about the Wizard of Oz. I did enjoy Wicked though. I enjoyed it more than I was expecting to. What I need though, I need a new The Wiz. I need a new The Wiz immediately. I just finished reading one of my favorite books ever, Blood Meridian. Oh yes, I read that description earlier, Dwayne. Did you hear me say I fuck with it? I want to read some more Western books, but like I need them to be romances. I need some romance in there. But what book is it so I can steal it real quick? This one is the one that Dwayne was talking about, because his is Blood Meridian. This is Corinne Steffens' Vixen Confessions, or Vixen Diaries, my bad. In Wizard of Oz, they really had a dead man hanging. They also made the actress who played Dorothy take a lot of prescription medication so that she would suppress her hormones and would not grow, and that ended up causing her very serious health issues later. The woman who was the original Wicked Witch, they used actual lead paint on her face, and I believe this ended up giving her cancer later in life from the lead. It was a lot of bad things on the Wizard of Oz set. It's a lot of bad things on that set. Like, Hunger Games is kind of slow till everyone starts dying. I think the thing that like fucks me up ever too, Coldest Winter Ever is a good book to read by Sister Soldier, my nigga. No, I'm not reading that female Tyler Perry book. No, thank you. Hunger Games is kind of slow till everyone starts dying. It's funny as fuck. Because I think the thing that is not appealing to me is like, we got to sit over here and watch kids die, y'all. I get that's the point of the book. But it's like, I don't like apocalyptic shows. My man had to beg tooth and nail and really like pull me by the ankles to watch The Walking Dead, which is now one of my favorite shows ever. But yeah, that's the limit I could do with apocalypse. The fuck? I'm watching an apocalyptic series about a government that forces the children to fight for the right to have rice in a district. Man, I'll be damned. Some people saying they don't give a shit with her mom and what those producers did to her because she did blackface in one movie. People are entitled to their own opinions about people. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. Like, really, it's unfortunate that people in power use their falsely deemed power to hurt other people. But it's like, one of them things, like, we literally can't do anything about that. Like, really can't do anything about that. And that's exactly why we get niggas like Diddy out of here. But anyways, is you a woman? I'm not gonna call you by your profile name because that's blasphemous. But are you a woman or are you a gay man? These are some very interesting selections. When the little girls died. I've literally never read the Hunger Games series. That was not something that appealed to me as a child. Even now. Dan Brown will keep you reading too. You finally said one I do not know. Who's that? I'm okay. Thanks for the suggestion, though. I read Black people. Y'all can say I'm shallow. Y'all can call me prejudiced. Y'all can even unsubscribe. I read Black books by Black people. Yeah. And I'm fine with that being my criteria. When it comes to TV and movies, all over the place. I specifically love Black people in those as well, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't have interest in reading about white people and their experiences. I don't. Reading is a very intimate and personal thing for me. I'm not trying to get intimate or personal with a white person at all, even fictionally. But I love that y'all read, and I'm glad that books are just so vast, Corinne Steffens is overrated as a vixen. How so? I ain't gonna lie. Somebody doing that hourglass shape and they titties out on the table, that ain't pretty overrated to me. But you let me know. Who your favorite vixens? Been so long, he's been on. I'm actually about to rewatch that video right now. Sing it! And they really used to put so much money into music videos back then. They really got this nigga Mystical in the middle of a desert. How much did this cost? And there's an explosion. How much did this cost? I know they took some of that nigga money. It's crazy. He's been on. I'm not here to see Mystical. I'm here to see Corinne. I don't want to see none of this that you got going on. Thank you. You know what's so crazy? A point that you gonna say she was overrated she's wearing star pasties, my nigga. And this is what I was gonna say. As somebody who really fucks with not only sexual pride, but also expression of the self and also evolution. It's crazy how, just looking at this video from 16 years ago, the video vixens were, you could clearly identify them by their fits. But now the female rappers dress like the video vixens. Hey, y'all saw that new Megan Thee Stallion video? My man, my baby, my baby. Why are you the video vixen? Why are you the video vixen? Excuse me, y'all. But it's like, evolution all tied together. But I say that to say, how was she overrated? Productivity Secrets, More Time, More Money, More Freedom by Diddy is underrated. Nikki Better, her secrets are kept. Who? You see how I don't know who that is, nigga? Like, what the fuck? Productivity Secrets, More Time, More Money, More Freedom by Diddy is underrated. Is that a book title? And if this book came out after Confessions of a Video Vixen, I'm on your ass. I'm just gonna sit over here and say that. No. Corinne is not the best video vixen. One of her sons is, one of her daughters. Okay. Not even a fucking book. I'm sick of this. Like, standing out. She got the titties out with the pasties on, and it's a nice rack too. Like, whoo. You don't say she wasn't it, but I'm seeing other bitches that can't even get on beat. Man, stop. Nicki Minaj. Are you saying, like, as a rapper? Yes, nigga, Nicki Minaj is the... Yes! Like, okay, whatever. Lil' Kim before her change was presidential. And Nicki Minaj. Okay, you're just talking about beautiful women. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that conversation with yourself. The conversation was about video vixens and honestly just that history of it. And the culture within it. Ew. See, they was putting in work. Putting in work. Looking nasty ass mystical face. I'll be damned. How you can get your street cred up? I'd say make sure you keeping up with the comics. I don't know. I think, y'all, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. I do have to potty. I have to pee. So I'm going to go do a number one really quick. And I think I'm ready for us to read the first chapter of the book. Pretty short chapters too. Not wrong. I mean, long at all. What's the word on the street today? This will be the word on the street today. Okay, so what can I play y'all that won't get copyrighted, but it'll keep y'all entertained? I'm just gonna go, empty my bladder really quick. So here, y'all watch. Watch this while I'm gone. Sit down and have some tea. I'll be back. I gotta go pee. I'm back, my loves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to leave you. Did anybody try to harass y'all on these streets? Did y'all get y'all some good tea time though? Good tea time? Good tea time? I see I need more gloss. That's how you feel, 7919? Interesting. Oh, you went to go see Wiggle Who Good Eye? Okay. What's that bitch? Nella Rose. Ella Rose. The handicapped sister. Does that bitch get hers yet? Does she get hers in there? Because that's what I'm waiting for. I need to assure that she gets hers. Here. Sing it. Been so long. Been on. All right. I low-key like having that set while I read. So should we do that? I think I'm gonna do that. I like having that set while I read. Because actually when I read, I turn on dark romance music and then I end up doing this anyways. So hold up, let me push everything back a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Is everybody ready? You got your bottle of water? You got your blunt? You got your snack? Are you cozy? Are you sat? All right. Okay, y'all. I'm going to completely unbookmark where I'm at. Ooh. And we're going to start over. All right. This is Corinne Steffens. Also, by the way, if y'all did not know, she no longer goes by Corinne. As somebody who isn't even using their real name, I won't tell y'all what her new name is, but she is no longer Corinne Steffens. I actually follow her new account. I believe she also lives in Europe now, living a completely different life. She is not the same woman that we see on this cover either. But this is really crazy. So with the information I'm about to read, just know there's an epilogue to this story and everything is finished. These chapters in her life are completely done. All right. Corinne Steffens, The Vixen Diaries. What's up, Tres Leches? It's reading hour. Get ready to get into it. Preface. Iconoclast. If video killed the radio star, then Video Vixen killed the entertainment industry, gutted it, and showed its insides to the world. On June 28, 2005, they broke the seal on my first book, Confessions of a Video Vixen. At that moment, the planet shifted and realigned, and the world as I knew it disappeared. With passages detailing my trouble. Ooh. See, this is also the challenge for me because I have not read aloud to other people in a while. So, this is practice for all of us. Literacy, comprehending, critical thinking. Okay. Now to get over that embarrassing moment. At that moment, the planet shifted and realigned, and the world as I knew it disappeared. With passages detailing my troubled upbringing and my adventures as a courtesan to many of the hip-hop elite actors and sports heroes, I did the one thing forbidden in my culture and demographic. I told. It's not as if this hadn't been done before. One of the most infamous examples of a sleep and tell was Pamela Des Barres, the author of I'm with the Band. Publishing in 1987, Pamela salaciously described her life as a groupie. She slept with many of the most prominent rock stars of our day, including Mick Jagger, Jimmy Page, Keith Moon, and Jim Morrison, while she was submerged in the 1970s Hollywood drug and club scene. Still, my little book managed to cause surprising shockwaves through polite society with reverberations of how dare she? Who does she think she is? And my personal favorite, a real woman would have kept her mouth shut. For reasons that I am still discovering, it has been difficult for some within the Black culture to digest my best selling memoir, though it is deeply rooted in that culture. In general, I have found that many members of the Black community have been angered by my revelations of the truth and by my destruction of their fantasies about celebrity icons. I have found the most inspiration and purpose in the responses of my female counterparts. I have found the most inspiration and purpose in the responses of my female counterparts. Part of my reason for penning such a candid account of my life was the concept that though my exploits are not my experiences, that though my exploits are not experiences of the majority, they are sadly more common than admitted and in need of addressing. Although many readers were shocked by the stories I revealed, they would be astonished to know what I left out. For example, I did not include my I did not include my affair with one of the most famous men ever to reach Oscar-winning heights of the American stage and screen. I left it out because he is too powerful a figure to rub the wrong way. And in a town where relationships are everything, it's important, even vital, that I do not burn any bridges. For that reason, I will refer to him as the icon. The icon and I met during the winter of 2000 at the home of soul food director George Tillman, and we remained casual acquaintances for some time after. Who do we think this is? Most famous men ever to reach the Oscar-winning heights of the American stage and screen. Can't be Denzel. That's like the first place in my mind goes. Can't be Denzel. Can't be Denzel. But let's keep going. The icon and I met during the winter of 2000 at the home of soul food director George Tillman, and we remained casual acquaintances for some time after. Tillman's party was an intimate gathering of mostly young women, all Hollywood hopefuls. I was invited by a music video casting director, and in my naivete, hadn't realized until I arrived that this party was essentially a casting for the role of the head. I was invited by a music video casting director, and in my naivete, hadn't realized until I arrived that this party was essentially a casting for the role of the icon's bed partner. Directors and producers will, from time to time, try to impress and lure an actor by offering up delectable female party favors. When I walked in and saw the living room of the Hilltop home flooded with scantily clad video girls and B actresses, I got the feeling I didn't belong there. At the time, I just wasn't confident enough in myself to think I would attract someone as powerful as the icon. And besides, I wasn't dressed for the occasion. It was cold out, and I dressed for the weather, wearing a body-hugging baby fat denim suit with boots. Every inch of my body was covered. I was also having trouble with my contact lenses and found myself spending a lot of time in the bathroom, trying to clean them and put them back in. It was during one of these trips to the bathroom that I heard a bit of a commotion in the living room, followed by the icon's unmistakable voice. I decided to leave my contacts out and to put on my glasses, which were in my car, and slowly slip out of the party. I opened the door quietly and eased out of the bathroom, only to find myself face to face with the icon himself. My vision was blurry and my eyes were watery, but even through the mist, I could see his handsome face light up. I was instantly smitten, flattered, and almost speechless. "Well, hello there," he said. "Hello there yourself. Why haven't I seen you tonight?" "Oh, I was in the bathroom taking out my lenses. They're giving me a lot of trouble, so I'm actually on my way out." "Well, I was just leaving, so let me walk you out." I was surprised he hadn't found anyone else to get to know while at the party. On the other hand, he hadn't been there very long, about 30 minutes at the most, before making his exit. I was even more surprised that he would find me, the most fully dressed woman at the party with blurry, watery eyes, even remotely attractive. A few days after exchanging numbers, I was invited to his home in Beverly Hills late at night. As I drove down one of the canyons searching for his house, I was startled by the sight of the icon standing outside in his driveway wearing pajamas, bed slippers, and a bathrobe. It was amazing to see this almost legendary figure of film and American culture standing in his driveway at 3 in the morning, weathering the cold just to signal me into his courtyard. The entire experience felt like a dream. I was so young at the time, and Hollywood, its pleasures and its dangers, were still very new to me. Nevertheless, I was under no illusions about why I was there. You show up at a man's house at 3 in the morning and there's no party going on, you sort of know what to expect. All I saw there was an opportunity to be with one of the most powerful men in Hollywood, and the opportunity just to say that I did it. And by it, I mean have sex with the icon. Even though I expected the sex, the experience was more than I bargained for. Just 4 minutes after I entered his home, the icon was examining my fingernails. Did you just have your nails done? He inquired. Yeah, today actually. Why? I love being scratched with freshly sharpened nails. Here, scratch my back for me. He removed his robe and pajama shirt and turned his back to me as we stood in the doorway of his bedroom. At first, I didn't think there was anything strange about a man wanting his back scratched. Not until his next request. Harder. I pressed a little harder, thinking his back must really be itchy. Must be really itchy. Like this? No, harder. Don't be afraid. You won't hurt me. It's okay if you leave marks. Come on, harder. It all still felt like a dream, and as I stood in his palatal home in the middle of the night, I didn't know how to say no to this super megastar. I scratched harder and harder, still until I scratched harder and harder still, until long bright red marks formed on his back. I was on the verge of drawing blood. I cringed in fear of hurting him, but he moaned and groaned with pleasure. I was disgusted. My attraction to him quickly waned. I felt nauseated, and that feeling was only magnified by what happened next. We began to kiss awkwardly and fumbled out of our clothes and into the bed. All the while, I was planning my escape. I wanted to tell this A-list name above the title movie star that I had wasted his time, that I had no longer wanted to be around him. I never got the chance. The next thing I knew, he was on all fours and naked on the bed. I don't have a strong enough stomach to describe what happened in the hours that followed, except to say that for him, it was all anal. Whenever I had told someone that I used to see the icon, their eyes get big and they get excited for me, as if I had accomplished a huge worthy feat by having sex with him. There are times when meeting the man of your dreams is all you expect it to be, but those times are rare. It's more likely that you'll find yourself disappointed and even more disgusted after it's over. So many, including me, spend our lives trying to either become an icon or get next to one. Truth be told, neither scenario is usually what you'd expect, and there are days when I wish I could go back. And truth be told, neither scenario is usually what you'd expect. And there are days when I wish I could turn back the hands of time and change it all. The irony is, I have become an icon by sleeping with so many of them. Something about that, something about that gives me an uncomfortable feeling, and not because of my sexual roster, but because of the weight that society places on the celebrities on it. For this, I am an icon. Sorry, y'all, I gotta redo that whole thing. So many, including me, spend our lives trying to either become an icon or get. Ooh, my lord! Yeah, this is why I gotta read out loud more because it's some things I'm just stopping and stuttering over. Mm-mm. So many, including me, spend our lives trying to either become an icon or to get next to one. Truth be told, neither scenario is usually what you'd expect. And there are days when I wish I could turn back the hands of time and change it all. The irony is, I have become an icon by sleeping with many of them. Something about that gives me an uncomfortable feeling, and not because of my sexual roster, but because of the weight that society places on the celebrities on it. For this, I am iconic. Jeez. That was the preface, y'all. That was the preface. What are the thoughts? Honestly, Corinne needs to get into like writing actual fiction. I'm gonna see if she writing actual fiction now. If her new persona, if she write actual fiction. What y'all think about that first one? So first of all, she is establishing how, from her experience in the first book to the now second, I'm sure she wanted to tell her story, but now I guess the reception of how people see her now and the fact that, oh, excuse me, y'all, she is now deemed as the creme de la creme because she has had sex with so many powerful men, that is starting to have her look at herself and these men that she sleeps with. These men are what make me powerful. Me sleeping with them make me powerful. So we have that. Then we have the very salacious actions that she described. She said some major Oscar-winning movie star man was on all fours and liked his back scratched. Y'all know everybody got their kink, so it ain't too crazy, but that was shocking to hear. I do not remember that first read. So what y'all thinking? Should we keep going? What are your thoughts on that prologue? Because that's really what it is. I'm gonna also look up her other account because I want to see. I'm her favorites. You're the one I want the most. Okay. I used to work at Starbucks. That's really crazy. Why not? What's up, Rashawn? We were just reading. I'm gonna send this to my man. I like owls. I want to pet owl. Okay. Oh my gosh. Found it. Damn it, no. Still searching for it. Oh my god. Damn. That's actually crazy. Corinne deleted her she deleted her alter ego account. No! No! Oh my god. Maybe you have a different account? Okay. Okay, yeah, so she got a different account. She on her other side now. She do fitness. She does fitness now. Oh my. Okay, so that makes sense because I low-key hadn't seen her profile in a while. Now I gotta well, the tea is we're reading Corinne's second confessions book, And I was also trying to find her new alter ego account because she doesn't go by Corinne anymore. But she deleted that account. And so now she just does. Hold up. Found her other one too. Oh my God. Oh yeah, we up. We up. I'm following both. Like, we're up. Because I couldn't find her at first. I was just like, shit, no, I know I used to follow you on the other account. This is the tea. So, do y'all want chapter 2 or are y'all done? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Sometimes I ask myself, are you okay? Because I think I'm kind of cray. I'm kind of cray. I won't even lie to you. I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. I need to work on my freestyling. Nicki Minaj actually gave a very descriptive video on how to perfect your freestyling and how to up it. And maybe I should watch it because I want to get more razzly. I want to get more dazzling. Low key, I think I'm gonna read one more chapter, and then I say we call it a day. This is a good life. I say we call it a day. Okay. All right. Introduction. Viva la Vixen. After I wrote Confessions, I believed that once I became successful, life would be grand and all my problems would be solved. I felt that Confessions would be the stepping stone to more, the beginning of my career and independence. At 26 years old, I was a best-selling author, debuting at number 7 on the New York Times bestseller list, and soon rising to number 5. I was the toast of my publisher, HarperCollins, while stumping. Okay, so this is a different publisher. Also, I think I've read a HarperCollins book before, so that's actually kind of crazy. I was the toast of my publisher, HarperCollins, while stumping the rest of the publishing world. I felt like the underdog that had finally come from behind to take the cake, the bittersweet cake. I am often asked by those I call subjournalists, are you doing this for the money? In response, I say, even the Bible is sold. Why is it that when a little black girl from the islands figures out the key to success, her motives are questioned? To survive and finally to achieve success, I had to go against conventional thinking and do the exact opposite of what others wanted me to do. That meant struggling and finding unorthodox, even unsavory methods to keep my young son and find myself above water until I could make my dreams a reality. Organization and the strategic use of opportunity were also key, along with never looking a gift horse in the mouth. Now, after all this perseverance and sacrifice, is my labor not allowed to bear fruit? Is Bill Gates doing it for the money? Is Donald Trump? The truth is that I enjoy the financial freedom I have made for myself. I am proud finally to have my son's college education paid for, an adequate life, health, and vehicle insurance. Today I own a home and am thrilled at the notion that I will never again have to sleep in my car on a street corner or go without eating. My experiences as a homeless welfare mother are just a few years behind me and still very fresh, reminding me continuously that I have come a long way in a short time. The painful memories of that time have allowed me to accept any and all success with humility. I know I am blessed to have made it out of such a I know I am blessed to have made it out I know I am blessed to have made it out of such harrowing conditions alive, healthy, and with all my faculties intact. And I empathize greatly with other people, especially women, who live their lives at one point or another behind the 8 ball. However, to whom much is given, much is required. What glitters is very rarely gold, and is more often what glitters is very rarely gold, and is more often the glimmer of a tin can being kicked down the street by a kid with a dream. However, to whom much is given, much is required. What glitters is very rarely gold, and is more often the glimmer of a tin can being kicked down the street by a kid with a dream. Somewhere inside myself, I am still that kid, and there are dreams yet to be realized. Since becoming something of a public entity, I have fought to maintain a sense of modesty and balance. I have dreamed of this since I was 5 years old, but now I wish I could undo some of what is done. Though I love that my work has been recognized, I am growing increasingly uncomfortable with my face being recognized. I recall the days of my youth and the chill I got every time the theme song of Fame, the television show, introduced a new episode. I had grandiose visions in my head about what fame would be like: the glamour of fancy clothes, a mansion to live in, private jet rides, and only the most suitable of beaux knocking at my door. I anxiously waited for each episode in Fame I anxiously waited for each episode of Fame and screeched along with the voice of Irene Cara belting out its unforgettable theme song, in which she determines to live forever, telling us to remember her name. An old adage comes to mind these days: be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. Life is different for me now in a different way. Ooh, hold on. I anxiously waited for each episode of Fame and screeched along with the words of Irene Cara belting out its unforgettable theme song, in which she determines to live forever, telling us to remember her name. An old adage comes to mind these days: be careful what you ask for, you might just get it. Life is different for me now in many ways, some that are good and some that just aren't. The places I go and the people I meet along the way evoke a series of notions and introspective, deeply meaningful, and life altering discussions that I never imagined when I was dreaming this dream. I'm offering them to you in much the same form as I tap them into my laptop computer late at night. Hold up now. Life is different from me now in many ways, some that are good and some that just aren't. The places I go and the people I meet along the way evoke a series of notions and introspective, deeply meaningful, and life altering discussions that I never imagined when I was dreaming this dream. I'm offering them to you in much the same form as I tap them into my laptop computer late at night. Now, with the success of Confessions, I find myself delving deeper into Hollywood and rubbing against its underbelly, eyes wide open. I realize now just how naive I was in my first years in this town, smelling only the sweet scent of roses and never noticing the knee-deep horse shit in which they grew. Hollywood is a phantasm, there to delight and delude. It can also be a nasty trap. She's real good with her words. Like, she needs to become a fantasy writer. Hold on. Hollywood a phantasm. I ain't heard phantasm used since Mask of the Phantasm. What is that noise? I think somebody is trimming a tree. Figment of the imagination, an illusion or apparition, an illusory likeness of something. Figment of imagination, an illusion. So the context: Hollywood is a phantasm, an illusion, apparition, or an imagination. It's messy. Yeah, we're doing this every time. I got to read on here. We got to read sections on here. Got to. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I thought this was a real good line. We really got deep into things today. Met some new folks. Had a discussion about Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo. Like, ooh, this is a very expensive live today. And we got into the Vixen Diaries. I don't know, y'all. I be hitting my marks. When I set out to do something, I achieve it. No BS. Thank you, James. W's to you too. W's to you too. W's to you too. W's to you too. And I didn't have to lift the flag on the plate not once. I'm so proud of y'all. I really am. I am so proud of y'all. Like, we really did it today. And the chat was chill. You know, obviously we had some of our usual trolls, usual degenerates, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We ignore haters. Oh my gosh. That puppy is so cute. I need to see if my Amazon packages came. Because I have 2 packages supposed to come. I got this new wall clock and then some new hair wraps for my locks. Get big half. Get big half. Ayy. Thought it was gonna be bigger, but this will work. All right. And I got to open some packages online. This is amazing. I thank y'all so much for coming through today and entertaining me as much as I hope I entertained you, keeping me afloat, and just being the great people that y'all are. I hope that you had an amazing time on this live because I sure did. I thank y'all so much for your time, your presence, your energy, your likes. That just means the world to me. Means the world to me. I thank y'all so much to everybody that gifted today. You are contributing to me being out of debt. Fuck FAFSA. But I really, really appreciate every single one of you. I love that y'all come through every day and y'all make this a better experience for me. And I am just so grateful to just have such a fun community of people that I can call my friends. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. I got some editing to do and some other work to get done today. And, you know, this is the first parter of my day. So let's go ahead and depart. Hit that outro. And y'all got to get some work done too, okay? It's so hard to say goodbye to my life. Next, I'm going to include the piano, but I don't think I'm there yet. God bless. If y'all haven't already, be sure to look at my other vids. Make sure that you're subbed so I can see you in the next one. And y'all have an amazing rest of your Thursday. God bless, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Deuces.